I'm going to show you how to make a liquid fertilizer with eggshells. It's really easy to do and really doesn't cost anything at all. It's great to use in pots where you're growing things like tomatoes, chilies, sweet peppers, because they can often get a calcium deficiency, especially if something else has been grown in the pot or if they've been growing in a pot for quite a while. And that can cause things like blossom end rot or just a deficiency in calcium, which will make the leaves go a bit of a light green colour. So what we'll do is we'll take some eggshells, and I normally just put them in the mortar and pestle and pound them down a bit until we get that sort of a consistency, and then I'll put them into, I've got a spice grinder, so if you haven't got one of these you can just keep pounding them down into your pestle and mortar until you get a powder, and then we'll dissolve it in some vinegar, but I'll show you the recipe and the powder I've got in a sec. Okay, so I've got a good amount of eggshell powder from the grinder. You may use a pestle and mortar, and that's worked really well. Small bits of eggshell in there, but mostly powder, that doesn't matter. So we've got a tablespoon of white vinegar in this little cup, and also I've measured out a tablespoon of eggshell powder now, and I'm going to put them together, and it should be a cool reaction. So it'll just dissolve in there. You want to mix that in, and it's equal parts, so whatever amount you're using, just use equal parts of each. So the reaction now happening in there is that it's starting to fizz and dissolve the eggshell powder. You can see there it's starting to bubble. There you go, just starting to see some bubbles coming through. It's starting to sort of froth up a little bit. So the eggshell dust is really dissolving in there. Now what you do with this is just put it in your watering can. So however much you've got, a teaspoon, a tablespoon, put it in your large watering can and give all of your sort of annual food plants of water. Anything that's a tomato plant, a chili plant, or a pepper plant. You can do that once a month or just a couple of times in the year, and that will really boost the calcium in the soil and help from any blossom end rot. And what I'll do is I'll put it in the watering can and give the gardener water.